Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you for joining me today. It's been a few weeks since I've been here, so Merry New Year to you. I pray that you have a prosperous and a blessed New Year. May the favor of the Lord follow you, encompass you, overshadow you. Everything that you set out to accomplish this year, I pray that you will accomplish it. Um, just remember to keep Him first in all that you do. So we're going to go live. Um, just going live on my next device. So thank you for coming and joining me today. Of course, you know it's all about Secrets of the Man Cave. If you have not gotten a copy of Secrets of the Man Cave as yet, I would admonish you to do so. Whether you're a male or a female, the book was specifically written for men, but females can benefit from the book as well. So this is what the book looks like. Secrets of the Man Cave. So you can get your copy, as you can see to the bottom. You could purchase a copy from Bethel's bookstore. If you're here in Freeport, you can go there and get a copy. You can hit me up for a copy if you're here in Freeport. I can bring you a signed copy. If you are abroad, then you can go to our website at the mancaveexperience.com and it will direct you to where it is that you should go. Hey Vernon, how you doing, bro? It's good to have you on today. Please like and share for those of you that are here. How's the volume, Vernon? You can hear me pretty clearly? You hear me pretty clearly, Vernon? So please like and share. And for those of you that share, please inform your contacts to go to the live comments so that I can see and be privy to what it is that they would have to say or any questions that they may have. So today we're talking about who am I? This is a very pertinent question. Who am I? A lot of us, I think we don't know how to answer this question if we're asked on the spot. Who are you? And I think for the most part, for a lot of us, um, the first thing that comes to our mind is I'm a good person, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm sweet. But that's not what we're talking about today. Yes, you may be kind and caring and loving and sweet and good, which is all good. But we want to go a little bit deeper today. Who are you? Who are you really? Have you ever sat down to ponder, who am I? Why do people like me? Why are people drawn to me? How am I to people? What do I give or offer of myself to people? Who are you? That's our first question for the day. Who are you? I want to make you think at the beginning of the year. Think about who you are as a person, and why should anybody want to be connected to you? Why should they want to be connected to you? Hey Vito, how you doing, bro? Why should I want to be connected to you? A lot of times we don't see or we don't care to see who we really truly are, but everybody else can point out to us who they perceive us to be. That's interesting, isn't it? And, we become defensive if it isn't anything positive that someone's saying about us, who they think that we are, who they perceive us to be. We tend to become offensive and we become defensive and become offended by what people have to say. So going into 2021, after coming out of what we've experienced in 2020, I think it's fitting to say that we should really take some time to discover who we are as a person. If we have not done so already, coming into a brand new year, I think that's fitting for us to do. Discover who are we, who we really are as a person. What makes us tick? What triggers you? What makes you respond positively to things? What makes you respond negatively to things? Hey Jamal, how you doing, bro? I see my sister is watching as well. Hey Kira, how you doing? Um, if you all see me looking to the side, I just checking to see you all coming on. Yeah, who are you? What makes you tick? What causes you to respond the way that you respond when something transpires in your life? Hey, Vito, that's good. I am blessed and highly favored. I am a child of the King. Many of us can't say that, though. Well, I'm not speaking for me personally, but plenty of people can't say that. And even those that may say that, though, Vito, are they truly blessed and highly favored and a child of the King? Are they displaying being a child of the King? What fruits are they displaying? So, who are you? See, because the Bible tells us that by our fruit they shall know us. So, what are you bearing? If you're someone that's always bearing negativity and you're always getting into to gossip and backbiting and being petty and having to go after people and all these other things, then who are you? And for those of us that profess to be blessed and highly favored of the Lord and to be a child of the King, some of us display those same actions. So who are you really? Who are you trying to convince? Because obviously it's not the people who are seeing your fruit. So you're trying to convince yourself that this is who you are, but yet you display something else. I didn't want to go into all of that. But anyway, we all believe that we know who we are. And that's granted. We believe that we know who we are. But for so long we've been putting on a facade that we've gotten lost in a false reality. So for some of us, we are so lost in pretending to be somebody else that who we really are could not come to the surface. So we need to take off the mask, is what that's really saying. We need to be our real, authentic self. It's time out for pretending to be who you think you should be to satisfy or to have people like you and accept who you are. We ain't doing that in 2021. We ain't pretending to be nobody. Be you. And for some of us, I think we need to discover who that is. We need to take the time and discover, who am I really? And if those persons can't accept the authentic you, then maybe they're not just supposed to be a part of your life. Because the authentic you it's going to draw those persons to you that should be in your life. See, but in order for us to discover who we are, we have to go back to the source. We have to go back to the creator. Who better to know who we are other than the person that created us? Whenever you purchase something, whether it's a car, whether it's a toy for your child, whether it's a gadget, it comes with instructions from the manufacturer because they know best how that thing works and the characteristics of that thing. So who knows us best other than the one that created us? So in our quest and our search for discovering who we are, we ought to go back to the one that created us. All those questions that we have, that we've been asking over the years, he has the answers. So throughout the course of this month, I won't even go as far as to say this year. So throughout the course of this month, because I think this is something that we should have done over the past couple of months, because we've had the time to sit down and listen and to discern his voice. So throughout the course of this month, take the time and discover who you are. Go back to the creator, go back to the manufacturer, because he created us with a purpose and for a purpose. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I am jumping ahead of myself. Hey, Jeremy, what you saying, brother? If you don't take the time to do that if you didn't take the time to do that in the last few months, like I said, there's no better time than now. There's no need to rush into anything. We often want that quick fix, and we have to be a part of this, and we want to do that. But there's no need to rush into anything, whether it's a business idea, a business deal, a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship. But we need to get to know who we are. A lot of times we get into things and we don't really know who we are. So we sabotage. We sabotage the relationships and we sabotage the business because we feel like we are ready, but we don't really know who we are. So we get into it and then we mess up. And then for some of us, we try to blame everything and everybody else around us when we are the problem because we're not sure. We weren't sure that we were ready to start the business. We weren't sure that we were ready to be in a relationship. And for some of us, we come out of a relationship and we jump back into a next relationship. We don't take the lessons learned from the previous one because we don't know who we are. We don't really know what we want. So my job here today is to just nudge you, to make you think, why do I do this? Why am I jumping into this? Why am I running from that? See, because for some of us, we running from some things too. We ain't just trying to jump into some things. So what are you running from and why? Why are you doing that? Why are you so afraid? Some things to think about. See, and I think once we discover who we are, that our lives would be so much more easier and manageable. Not to negate the fact that, things wouldn't come up. Things will come up. There are going to be tests and there are going to be trials. There are going to be obstacles. That is inevitable. So we can't run from that. But when you know who you are, running into those things, running into the test and running into the trial and jumping over the obstacles become more manageable. You're able then to see and understand, okay, this is what this is. And this is how I need to deal with it. Hey, Kev. Hey, Keith. How you doing, bro? Kevin, whoever you are, stop talking about me, bro. So we need to allow people to experience the authentic us, guys. So don't jump into that business deal and don't jump into that relationship. And for some of us, we need to jump out of some of those things. We need to jump out of the relationship because we're lost. We're losing ourselves in the relationship. And we need to jump out of some of those business deals that we've made because it's not working out for us. And we're losing ourselves in those deals, in those those professional relationships, because we need to know who we are. And until we know who we are, people will not respect you. They will not appreciate what you have to offer. See, but because we've been pretending for so long, we've been pretending all of our lives to be this person, and that's not who you are, then we get lost in the mix. We get lost in the mix. This is the time now to be as authentic as you possibly can. I personally feel that there are some things that have been released to us. There are some blessings that God has released to us. There are some doors that we should be walking through. There are some connections that we should have made. But you know why we haven't made the connections or walked through the doors or received the blessings? Because they can't find us. We're not who we claim to be. The blessings can't come to you because who is that? I don't know that person. That's not who I come to bless. This isn't the person that should be walking through the door. We can't get connected to the people that we need to be connected to because we're not authentic. We're not us. We're not who we should be. We're trying to be somebody else. So there are some things, and I believe that there are some of us that should be further ahead in life. But because we've been pretending to be somebody else, the connections can't be made because that's not who they're looking for. But we don't sit down and think about things that way. We don't sit down and look at life that way. We just feel like, okay, I get what I could get and I good. But there's more to life than getting what you could get and being good. Why not be great? Why not experience more? Why not just be you? And I think relationships could be so much better. There could be better connections. There could be divine connections if we just be real. Like once we understand, okay, this is what this person is or how this person is, and this is what they bring to the table, then I could deal with you. But when you pretend to be somebody else and then I discover later down the line that that's not who you really are, then that's a problem. Then we create a mess. Hi, QTL. How you doing, honey? Merry New Year to you. Hi, Landira. Yeah, we create a mess. So we need to be us. You need to be you. You will never be connected to the people that you ought to be connected to if you just pretending to be somebody else, man. So who are you? Who are you? That's the question of the day. Who are you? You're right, QTL. We have a big problem. We try to figure out and understand why aren't things ever working out for me? Why can't I ever get the break like this person? Maybe because that person is being authentic and you're not. Why not go and ask them what it is that you're doing that got you to this place? But we have so much pride. And our egos get in the way because we feel like we're all of that in the bag of chips. We don't need to ask anybody anything because we know everything and we know nothing at the same time. So this is the time, brothers and sisters, friends and family, to figure out who you are. Figure out who you are. That is going to help you this year being authentic because that's what people are looking for. That deal that you're waiting for to drop in your lap, you will never be connected to that person until you discover who you are, until they see the real authentic you. So go out there and do what you got to do because you're taking matters into your own hands and you feel like, I know who I am. And Bradley don't know what he's talking about because I have my, you know what, together. Go ahead, stay on that road then, stay on that path and see how far that gets you because it's not been working so far. You might get a little break here or somebody might give you a blind here or there. But there is so much more. But because you don't want to take the time and sit down and figure out who you really are, you will always settle for the little blind here and the little blind there and the little opportunity here and the little opportunity there. So go ahead and continue. You don't have to listen to Bradley because Bradley don't know what he's talking about. That's all well and good. I'm not offended in the least. Yes, we learn and we grow every day. We should, at least we should learn and grow every day. But allow people to be a part of your process. A lot of times we tend to go through our lives and when we get to a certain place, we tend to shut people out. Now, that's not saying that there are times and seasons in our lives when we are to isolate ourselves for a season. Not knocking that. That's all well and good. But there's a process that we go through in our lives where we need people there. And those are the times when we block people out. I think we know when God is calling us into isolation, so because He needs to deal with us. And then there are those times when we put ourselves in isolation because we don't want to be bothered by anybody. Those are the times when we need to allow people to go with us through our process, even in discovering who you are. Because there are some people that have been around you for years, and they can help you in discovering who you are. Outside of going to the Creator, there are persons that can point out certain characteristics, certain traits, certain flaws, certain things that maybe you're playing a blind eye to. And mind you, they've been pointing these things out for you over the years, but because that's just them, and they like to point out people's flaws and all this other stuff. It doesn't mean anything to you, but we need to take it a lot more seriously. If somebody comes and points out something to you about your character or your flaw, take it as constructive criticism. Maybe I need to work on that, especially if it's something that has been said to you more than once. Maybe this is something that I need to look into. Why do I do that? Why do I act that way? Why are people always coming and saying, well, I do this and I respond this way and I act this way? Just take some time and sit down and think about it. That ain't hurting you or anybody. You'll be surprised to discover your why. And that brings me to my next point. Why? Who you are is connected to your why. Yes, I agree, QTEL. QTEL says a lot of times we push people away that challenges us to be better. We don't push them away. We run from people who challenge us to be better. But who you are is connected to your why. I believe that once we discover our why, it'll help us in discovering the who. Or once we discover the who, then we'll understand the why. Either way, they're connected. Because we were all put here for a purpose. God created us with a purpose and for a purpose. So we need to discover our why. And our why helps us in discovering who we are. So we have some work to do. There are a lot of people that don't know their why. So take this time. Like I said, from March to December has been challenging for everybody, the world at large. More so in the Bahamas, because that it happened on the heel of a major hurricane. So we've had enough downtime for, if not all of us, the majority of us to figure out our why. And I think once we figure out our why, then we'll begin to walk in who we authentically are. Because our why will cause us to be better. It will make us be better. It will make us treat people better. It will make us respond to people better. It will make us act better. Because when we understand the why, we understand that it's not about us. Our why is about everybody else. It's about people and service. Once you understand the why, the who becomes so much clearer. So we have some work to do, people. So on your quest of discovering who you are, figure out your why. When you go back to the Creator to find out who you are, ask Him, why? Why did you create me? What is my purpose? What you put me here for, Daddy? Help me to walk in and fulfill that. See, a lot of times we figure we know. We figure we know our why. We know what our purpose is. And I dare to say that for most of us, the very thing that we are running away from is our why. Check it. The very thing that we're running away from is tied to your why. If you don't believe me, when you figure out your why, come back on a live when I come back on live and say, Bradley, you was right. And then we'd be trying to figure out why we've been running and wasting all this time. Whew. Yeah, so it's about figuring out who we are. Let's figure out what our purpose is. I said all of that. Let's not be so caught up in our flaws. Everybody has them. Our shortcomings, everybody has them. Everybody has messed up. Everybody has fallen short. So don't be caught up on that. Nobody could point a finger at you. Because all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, even the holiest of them. But that ain't what I come to talk about. But everybody has flaws and shortcomings, and everybody is messed up. So don't feel bad, and don't beat yourself up about that. And don't cause that to cause you not to discover who you are or what your purpose is. See, because we allow, oh, well, I messed up really bad, or I did this in my past, and I did that. Listen, it ain't about all of that. To hell with all of that. We starting off brand new, or new brand. We starting off new brand and a new brand year with a new brand perspective on life. Discovering who we are so that you can become the new brand you, the you that you should have been, the you that you need to be. Excuse me, the you that you need to be. That's our focus. So whatever happened from yesterday, go back to 2020. Whatever has happened, it's null and void. New day, new perspective, new outlook, new you. Let's work on that going forward. Like I say, everybody has shortcomings. So figure out who you are and be authentically you. That's all I come on here to do today, is to challenge you to figure out who you are. Maybe some things didn't work out in your life because you weren't being authentic. So maybe you should go back at it again and be authentic and watch how things work out. Watch how things are different. Watch how people respond and react to you differently. I think we cause a lot of mishaps in our own lives because we tend to be shady and we always want the upper hand. You know, and all the times it's not about having the upper hand. It's about just being authentic. And people can't deny you when you're authentic. People can't deny you. They can try. And for some, you know, their assignment is to try and deny you and bring you down and pull you down and do all that stuff. But when you're you, somebody else will see and recognize who you are. And they'll be able to defend you. No, that's not how Bradley is. That's not how Vito is. That's not how Jamal is. That's not how QTEL is. That's not how Cliff is. So I don't know what experiences you've had with this person, but that's not the person that I know. That's not the person that I see. See, because a lot of times we try to defend ourselves. But allow people to see your fruit. Let them see the goodness and the kindness and the meekness. Let them see it. Let them see how loving you are, how compassionate you are. Let them see that. That doesn't make you weak because you display your fruit. The right people will be drawn to you because of it. And that's what you're looking for at the end of the day anyway. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? That's what you're looking for at the end of the day anyway. For the right people to see you, to recognize who you are. Because those are the people that will bring you on to what you need to be on. I often say this, I often share this, and it goes back to planting seeds. You plant a seed today, and it should be watered and grown, and you get the return later. That's how nature works. You plant a seed in the ground, you go and you water it, and eventually that tree bears fruit. So you be authentic, you be the real you. You share your fruit now. You plant seeds of being kind and good to people, and then it comes back to you. I often share how the seeds that I plant today, if I get a return on it, that's a plus. But I have 3 children that are eventually going to leave the nest and go out there in the world somewhere. So the seeds that I plant today is for them to get the return. I'm okay with helping somebody. I'm okay with being kind to somebody. I'm okay with that. And they don't have to be kind back, and they don't have to help me back. But that seed is going to help my children someday because of the fruit that somebody sees. Because somebody will eventually say, "Oh, I know your daddy. When I was in this situation, my daddy helps me with this." So because of that, I can make life a little bit easier for you. But a lot of times you don't sit down and look at and think about life that way. See, and when you know who you are and when you're comfortable with who you are, you're okay with people not returning, with things not being reciprocated. You're okay with that. For a long time, I struggled with that. Like, I support you, you should support me too. But I'm at the place in my life now where, if you don't support me, hard feelings. The people that should will. Because in my supporting you, I'm planting a seed. So whether you reciprocate that or not, I'm going to get a return on that seed. And it may not be me, it could be one of my children. That's how life works. I was just saying, I just was talking to somebody about this. Hand come, hand go. That's life. So I encourage you today, figure out who you are, figure out your why. I think that'll help you throughout the course of this year and going forward. Once you know who you are, nobody could come and tell you who they think you are because you know. Once you know your why you were created, nobody could tell you anything, man. You do what you got to do. Fulfill your purpose. I have some questions that I want to leave you with for you to think about. These are self reflection questions. I call them, what would you do if fear was not a factor and you could not fail? What's the one thing that you would do if fear was not a factor and you could not fail? Maybe that's your why. We've been afraid of failure for so long, but I don't think that failure is such a bad thing. There are many lessons in failing. But what is it? What is the one thing that you would do? And even if you're afraid, do it afraid. That's my slogan for the year, my mantra for the year. Do it afraid. But if fear was not was not a factor, what's the one thing that you would do? Question number 2. Am I living the life of my dreams? If you are, kudos to you. If you're not, why aren't you living the life of your dreams? What's stopping you? Who's stopping you? Because a lot of us are connected to some people who hindering us. And we know that we shouldn't be connected to them, but we're holding on to them. So who is it that's causing you to not live the life of your dreams? What is it that's causing you not to live the life of your dreams? What are you so adamant about doing that's stopping you? This is a big question. Am I in control of my life? Am I in control of my life? And I think that question is a big question because there are so many levels to that one question. A lot of us feel like we're in control, but we're not. A lot of us need to allow God to be in control, but we're not allowing Him to be in control. A lot of us have been connected to some people, so we are tied, some soul ties. And some of them soul ties controlling our lives. So am I in control? Hi, Vanessa. How you doing? What dreams, this is question number 4, the final question. What dreams have you given up on? That could be a why too. That dream that you decided, you know what, this ain't working out. I'm just going to do this, or I'm going to settle for this. That could be a why, or a part of your why. So those are 4 questions I want you to think about and really think about it and answer it. Maybe that'll help you to figure out your why. That'll help in your process of figuring out your why and a little bit more about who you are. What would you do if fear was not a factor and you could not fail? What would you do? 2, are you living your best life? Are you living the life of your dreams? Sorry, that's the question. Number 3, are you in control of your life? And number 4, what dreams have you given up on? So who are you? Who are you? Can anybody answer that? Vito didn't give his answer earlier. Vito said he's blessed and highly favored, and he's a child of the King. So for the rest of you that are on, who are you? Can any of you answer that question? Do you know who you are? Or do you think you know who you are? I mean, you might not be that far from the truth. So you want to take a stab at who you are. And I don't want you to feel like because I'm having this talk with you that I know, I'm fully aware. I'm not fully aware. I'm still discovering and learning. Like I said, we learn or we should learn and grow every day. That's where I am. So on this journey, I'm discovering more and more who I am and my why, making my why make sense, more sense. I feel and believe that I'm on the right path with my why. So I'm working on that. Melanie says, I am royalty. So yeah, I just wanted to come and encourage you all today. I know that it's been a while since I've been here. I think it was last year. I think it was early December that I was on. So it's been a couple of weeks. So it's good to be back, guys. It's good to be back. There are some things in the woodworks. So, we're working on some things. See, that's a part of my why. So I trying to figure some things out. I don't have all the answers and I don't know everything. So I'm trying to get, some insight and some wisdom from some people. QTEL says, I am that peculiar one that God placed here to fulfill a purpose that only I can. Absolutely, absolutely, QTEL. So think about that today. Think about that for the rest of this week, for the rest of this month. Take some time to discover who you are. Not until you discover who you are and you can be that person, unashamed and authentic, will things begin to fall in place in your life. So stop pretending. Take that mask off. No masks in 2021. Take the mask off. Stop pretending to be somebody so that people can, like you. QTEL says we all have a purpose to fulfill and we have people waiting for us to embrace. I totally believe that. There are some people that are waiting for us to be authentic, to be us, to figure out our why so that they can see that it can be done. I've said that before. I've sat here and had a whole conversation about that before. It's figuring out your why. There are some people and some things connected to your why waiting for you. They waiting for us. We wasting time behind the mask. Take it off. Let them see you. See, one thing about the generation now, they will read you the minute you walk in the room. So when you open your mouth, they are waiting to see if, hey Todd, what's going on? When you open your mouth, they're waiting to see if you're going to be authentic. And if you're not authentic, that's one, at least one that you lose. So figure out who you are, figure out your why, and then go be and do. This is the time, this is the year to be and do. Be who you were created to be and do what you were created to do. That's why you come here. So figure out your why. Who am I? Ponder on that question today. Who am I? I posted a picture the other day and asking that question just now reminded me of a song because the person posted under my picture, the Girls Them Sugar. Who am I? Who am I? That's the question for the month. You don't have to figure out nothing else this month. Just figure out who you are. Do that for me. Do me that favor. Figure out figure out who you are and then your why. So you can take the rest of this month to figure out the who, and then as of February 1, work on the why. And then put the two together and get to work. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedules today to join me. Who am I? It's all about Secrets of the Man Cave, guys. Secrets of the Man Cave. Get your copy. Give the gift of reading. See? That's how it looks. So go to our website, themancaveexperience.com, and it will direct you to where you can go and get your copy. If you are here in Freeport, hit me up. I can bring you a signed copy. Or if you're in the area of Bethel's bookstore, you can go there and get a copy of the book as well. Thank you for your support. For those of you that have purchased a copy already, for those of you that have not, please do so. For those of you that have purchased the copy and have already read the book, please go and leave a review on Amazon.com. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Please share. For those of you that have gotten it and read it, please share. You can share nuggets from it. Give the gift of reading. Give the gift of reading. God bless you too, sister. I miss you. You need to come home. Hurry up, come so I could see you. Yes, thank you so much for taking the time today. As you know, going forward, like I always said, because we started out with doing every week, we'll continue to do every other week. Like I said, there are some things in the woodworks that we're working on. Please look out for, as you can see, the Man Cave Experience. Please look out for our flyer. We have an event that will be coming up pretty soon. So look out for the flyer. It's men only, of course. So guys, once you see the flyer, go and purchase your tickets. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Get your ticket, get it out of the way. and you'll be reminded of when the event is. You won't forget. And if tend to forget, you can put it on your calendar to remind you. But look out for that flyer. We're working on some things, but they say we're in the lab. We're in the lab and we're cooking up some stuff. So I am excited about it. We are going to have an awesome experience pretty soon. I'm looking at the usual time in March. So one Saturday out of March, you need to clear your schedules for. So hopefully by the end of the month, we'll have some details finalized, and you can schedule better to prepare for that, fellas. For the ladies, if he doesn't want, if he's dragging his foot on and purchasing his ticket, you get the ticket. Tell him, baby, I purchased the ticket for you. You're going to be a part of that. And that settles that. It's that simple. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And when we meet again in 2 weeks, guys, I hope that you would have discovered, who you are, or on the road to discovering who you are. At least be a quarter of the way there, if not halfway there. But make some progress in that area, discovering who you are, because we need the authentic you. That's who we need to get where we need to get. So thank you and enjoy your day. Give the gift of reading, themancaveexperience.com. Go and check out our website, guys, and share. So share this video so that other persons can join in on the conversation, and maybe they need to hear it. Who knows? So enjoy the rest of your day, and we shall see you in 2 weeks, guys.